Um, Two, young people today face pressures that no other generation has before, especially with the contents of social media being so easily accessible. We are constantly comparing ourselves to unrealistic ideologies of what women and how people are supposed to look and act. So this generation today definitely has faced a lot more pressure than ever before. And also, understanding wellness. Sorry, I cannot see that. Understanding wellness and taking control of our situations. Um, the reality of social media. 90% of teens use social media daily, me included. I'm a big social media person and I've been trying to cut back because of social media really is not real. Most feeds show highly edited or curated lives, and algorithms reward extremes, so extreme perfection, drama, negativity. And because of these algorithms, it spreads all these contents all throughout online, and it makes us really idealize these people's lives, which are not good. And then what we see online is not equal to the full truth of how a real person acts in their day-to-day life. And yeah. So, feeling not good enough in looks, success, lifestyle, pressure to post, pressure to feel perfect and make perfect content is really a big thing in our lives. And we really need it to not be. Sorry, I don't know why that got out like that. Um, so comparison impacts all of us. Feeling not good enough in looks, success, and lifestyle. Fear of missing out, also known as FOMO, because other people are posting and it makes us feel like, why didn't we get invited? Why don't we do that with our friends? And studies also link comparison to anxiety and low self-esteem. So your value isn't on the screen. So likes do not equal worth. It does not mean anything. Views do not mean that you're talented or not talented than somebody. Followers are not your real friends. And you are a whole human, not a highlight reel. You have so much going on in your life, and you as a human do not do not equivalent to the 15 seconds that you watch online. So, healthy social media habits. I wanted to talk about how we could stay healthy and make sure our social media is healthy for us. So, curate your feed. You need to unfollow and not like things that give you stress or anxiety. So, if one of your favorite TikTokers is on your Instagram and you constantly compare yourself to the way she looks and the way she acts and what she does, then maybe we need to unfollow her so that we're not following the stress that comes with following her. Set time limits. This has really helped me. I've definitely set my time limits so that I don't doom scroll and continuously scroll and just not even know how much time I've spent on social media. Setting your time limits also help you stay in control of social media and helps you live a better, unstressful life. Follow positive creators, creators who talk about body positivity, mental health, all these creators that do that. There are creators out there, surprisingly. Um, and I follow a few of them, and it's so great to see them on my TikTok, my For You page. I love seeing them in my reels. It really brightens my day. Take social media breaks when you need it. If you feel overwhelmed or stressed during the day, why don't you take a break from social media? Maybe put your phone on do not disturb, and find yourself a nice activity for the day that's going to make you feel happy. And then protect your private information. It's really easy for our information to feel like it's all on social media, especially with the way people post. And we need to make sure that we have boundaries and that we don't post your private information or information that you don't want anybody else knowing about you. Mental health and asking for help. This is very important when dealing with social media. Um, Asking for help is normalizing reaching out to people, to therapists, to trusted adults, to friends about how you're feeling about social media. Um, Apps, posts, and memes don't replace real support. So just because you text somebody on Snapchat how you feel. It does not replace the real human support that you could get from being with a friend or being with a therapist or being with a parent. Talk to trusted adults, mentors, or professionals, especially about how you're feeling. Social media makes it very easy for us to feel less than and less worthy than others. So definitely talk to somebody you feel comfortable with and prioritize your emotional safety. So, what I mean by that is unfollow people that you feel like you're constantly comparing yourself or don't feel comfortable watching anymore. Prioritize maybe taking a step back from social media if you're just not feeling it today, if you're not feeling confident, if you're not feeling like your best self, maybe step away from social media so you can have a day for yourself filled of activities you like to do. And yeah. So, I also wanted to talk about how to be a good digital citizen. So, on social media, we really need to make sure that we don't spread hate or information about anybody or anything. We need to respect our friends and other people online's boundaries. Specifically, don't comment on people's things, don't comment at hate or misinformation on people's posts, social media. Respect other people's boundaries by not forcing people to be in your social media post or forcing people to feel like they have to be on social media. Think before posting. Think about before you post if this is something you want other people to see of you, if this is something 20 years down the road, if it got published or posted, again, if you would feel embarrassed by it, we need to make sure that we're safe on social media. So think, would my mom, my grandparents appreciate this post? Would a job hire me after posting this or not hire me? And then we should also, as a society, lift people up and we shouldn't compare ourselves to anybody else because we're all unique and beautiful, and we should not tear other people down. Okay, so I decided to have an activity. So this is a reflection prompt. You can either unmute your mic or text in the chat. So we're gonna go over the first question first, and then we're gonna do the second question. So the first question is, what is one unhealthy social media habit you want to change? So I'm gonna give you guys a few minutes to answer that, and then I'll be back. Awesome response, Chloe. Always getting on social media when I'm bored instead of doing something productive. I also do that. It's so bad, and I definitely need to stop jumping on social media when I'm bored because we just need to do something more productive in our life, than just doom scroll. Stop watching Blueface Circus. I also love Blueface Circus, but agreed, me too. And then one unhealthy social media habit I would change is doom scrolling. Yes, it is so easy to get sucked into social media, especially someone's page, and most times it isn't even productive. That is also something I struggle with. I constantly am doom scrolling, and so when I take a step back and I realize that I'm just doom scrolling and I could be doing something productive, it really makes me annoyed. So definitely maybe setting a time constraint on how much time I can have to doom scroll. So instead of like 3 hours, which I normally do, maybe just like an hour reward after doing homework for like 2 hours. Make sure that I'm doing that. Sorry, I can't see the prompt. And then our second question that I have is what is one positive digital practice? So I'll give you guys a second to respond. Yes, I also agree. One positive digital practice is to keep my feed with positivity and more affirmations. I also agree with this because it's so easy to see negative things on social media, and it's definitely not the whole truth. So I need to also stop comparing myself. So, one positive digital practice I should do is like all the TikToks or make my Instagram reels more feeded to positive digital practicing as well as manifestation. That's another good one. Anyone else? One positive digital practice is more self-love because I'm insecure about it. No, you should never be. One great advice that I learned is your brain is like your TikTok feed. What you see and what you like, share can be a part of your mental feed. So when you start liking more positivity and healthy things, it can rewire your brain. I've also heard that, and I also think it's really good to implement. Um, we could do this easily by maybe self affirmations that we've covered already, or maybe just looking in the mirror every single day and telling yourself one thing that you love about yourself. And then by following more motivational people, I also agree. I also agree with following people in your future career or following people who have done what you want to do one day because they can give you advice and more motivation and help you understand that you could reach your goals. And then we have this great. Yes, I also agree. It does work by following more people that are motivational. Um, and then this is our last slide of the night. So it's our final thoughts. You deserve to feel confident, valued, and safe online and offline. And we could do this very easily by making sure what we present ourselves online matches our values of who we are and make sure we radiance confidence and good vibes and good energy. And your worth comes from who you are and not who what you post, not what you like. It comes from who you are as a person outside of social media, outside of your phone, who you look at every single day in the mirror and I just want to say thank you and ask if anybody has questions or thoughts or wants me to go over anything. Any questions?